guys, my name is Megan and today I've got my November wrap up for you. My original plan for November had been to read 4 books and 3 comic books. Didn't quite make that happen. Pretty happy with how much I got read in November, considering that I had 2 really big books this month. So we'll start off right out the bat with a book that I did not get to this month. It was Spin the Dawn. This one is going into December, and December is kind of maybe a little bit like this month. We'll see how much I get done, but we'll talk about that in my TBR video. Today we're going over what I did end up reading. The first book that I read in November was Sorcery of Thorns. This book was fantastic. I loved the world. I loved characters. I really loved the library setting for this. I really loved that the main character, Elizabeth, was nicknamed the Feral Librarian. That's pretty much the highest compliment I think any bookworm could ever aspire to. It's one of my favorite things about this book. I love Nathaniel and I love Silas. Nathaniel is probably one of my favorite characters. He reminds me very much of a mix of like Hal from Howl's Moving Castle and Tim Drake. He's got that kind of self-sacrificing, doesn't sleep kind of vibe, and I loved it. And Silas was just like the cutest little murdery baby demon ever, and I love him. This one had one major drawback for me, and that was kind of like the pacing. So it would go from very like action-packed to step on the brakes from there, and then it would be just really slow and like building up to new plot points. That I didn't love like 100%, but other than that, I really did enjoy this book. This one got a 4 out of 5 stars. Okay, so next up, I finished my comic books for this month, and I actually finished the whole Red Robin series. So we've got issue 25, 26, and then the special Bruce Wayne The Road Home Red Robin one-shot. And that is the conclusion to the Red Robin comic book series. And I was just a little bit sad to see my favorite comic book hero at the end of his current, well, I guess it's not really current anymore, but at the end of his solo run for now. I'm really hoping that he gets another run as Red Robin in a solo series again sometime soon. So issue 25 is probably one of my favorite issues from this series of comic books. I just love that Tim's personality really shines, his snark, and I love that Cassandra Cain was in this as Black Bat, and she's one of my favorite people, and I love Tim and Cass. I love their sibling bond, kind of. It's really good. This one got a 5 out of 5 stars. Issue 26 was also really good, and this was the final issue of this series, and I was really sad to see this series come to an end. Like I said, this one got a solid 5 stars as well. But yeah, this one was really kind of heartbreaking for me personally, just because it's the end of Tim's solo run as Red Robin, and not that he's not in other comics as Red Robin, it's just not the same. And then we have the Bruce Wayne Red Robin one-shot thing. This is just a series of one-shots of Bruce catching up with all of his kids and what happened in his absence when he was supposedly dead. This one, while not my favorite, was still really interesting, and I really like Bruce seeing just how much Tim has grown as Red Robin and as a solo hero. That was really interesting. This one got a 4.5 out of 5 stars. All right, and then the next book that I finished in November was Puddin'. This book was so amazing. You know those books that come around like right at the right time and everything clicks into place for you? That was this book for me. This one was fantastic. Millie is like my spirit animal, and I loved getting this little gang of girls back together, and they're kind of like friendship goals a little bit. And I really like Hallie, who was like the mean girl in school, hitting her rock bottom, then getting a full redemption arc. The one thing that I really enjoyed about this book was the way that Julie Murphy portrayed plus-size people and how everybody else treats them. Like, this dealt with plus-size people with such a positive attitude, and you know, being plus-size myself, it's hard to come across a book that you connect with. Millie is everything that I wish I had had in a role model when I was in high school. There were tons of points throughout this entire book that I was like, hell yeah, go Millie, go, and like, hallelujah, preach it, let's do this, let's go, let's live our dreams. While reading this, I feel like I connected a lot more with Millie than I did with Willow Dean. I feel like I have a much deeper connection to Millie, and that is so awesome. And I loved Millie, and like I said, I wish I had had just a smidgen of confidence that Millie has when I was in high school. This book was fantastic. Please read this book. It's amazing, and you don't really have to read Dumplin' to dig into this one. This one's more of a companion piece. I just want to say thank you to Julie Murphy for writing this book, because this is what I needed in high school, and now that it's there for girls in high school now, it's fantastic. So thank you, thank you, thank you for writing this book. It's amazing, and it makes my heart happy, and this one got a full 5 out of 5 stars. So then the book that I am currently reading as of the filming of this video is Night Shift, and I'm hoping to have this finished by the time that this video goes up, and I'm not sure that I'm gonna quite make it with Thanksgiving this week, but we'll see. And I really am liking this. It's a little confusing to me because I thought there was something else going on at the end of Day Shift, which was book 2 in the Midnight Texas series, that is not continued in this one, so I'm not sure if that was intended or not. But this is really interesting, and I love this quirky little town, and it's kind of like this crossover for all of Charlaine Harris's other books, and I really enjoy this book. It's such a weird atmosphere, and each chapter is from a different character's point of view, so it's like this huge cast of characters and you get each of their points of view. It's really interesting, and I'm a little more than a third of the way through this. It's really interesting so far, and I'm really excited to keep going. So that's what I read this month. What did you guys read? Let me know down below. If you guys like this video, don't forget to hit the like button, and if you haven't already, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. You can also hit the notification button, and if you'd like to follow me on social media, check out the links down below. Alrighty, bye guys!